Order to Hogwarts to Gotham. The nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League all the way down south for the race at Talladega here tonight. TJ, how you doing, pal? How are you doing?
I am doing great, and I am looking forward to some great racing as we see another crash in practice. Oof, that one looked like it hurt.
So every week, they come up with great names for these races, and being a Yukon everything fan, I feel very cruddy saying it is the Roll Tide 50. TJ, you are the plate track or super speedway track aficionado. let's talk about the Super Speedway.
This place is huge. I mean, like literally, outside of a fake iRacing speedway track, it is the biggest track you can race with American stock cars. I mean, it's Talladega. That name in itself is legendary.
Yeah, we're
Dale
looking
Earnhardt, 10 wins. The Earnhardt family, like 15 wins. Gordon, right up in there with near 10 wins. This place is legendary.
Legend Dairy. If anybody understands that reference.
The legendary.
Well, so looking at our track information on screen right now, TJ, it is a 2.65 mile track. Right now, sun is beautiful, and it is hitting the track and heating it up all the way to 106, making it nice and slick. Outside, it's sitting at an air temperature at 80 degrees, and the dew point is sitting at a 55 degrees. So, qualifying. We have a lot of drivers here tonight. Looking at the entry list, it looks like we have just about 23 people getting ready to put down a hot lap. And speaking of hot lap, how important is qualifying here, as we're actually going to jump and take a look at Lee Krause put down a very hopefully fast time here at Talladega.
Well, I mean, if you qualify at the front, you reduce your risk of getting into somebody else's mess. Problem is, you could become the mess. So, I mean, it's a win-lose situation. You want to be at the front, in theory, because it's less cars that can crash in front. At the same time, one little thing can go wrong, and now you're spinning in front of the entire field, and I don't want to tell you what happens if that happens. Because you'll probably... Well, hopefully you won't find out, but you won't want it to
happen multiple times. You've had it happen multiple times.
Unfortunately, yes. There isn't enough fast repairs in the world for the amount of cars I've just played racetrack.
Yeah, I'm very happy you do not have to pay that kind of money to fix race cars, because virtual.
You're absolutely right.
You'd be so broke, you'd be on a certain street in multiple towns to recoup some of your race car losses. But enough of having the funny jokes, everybody, because that's kind of all I do. We are here down in Talladega. I'm with TJ Barnier. I'm AJ Capola. It is what we call J&J Security up in the booth as Lee Krause goes to the point, followed by Brady Floyd. Scratch that. Bradley Stefane puts up a hot lap. Let's jump on with Mick Olofsson as he's about to cross the line. And TJ, you brought up how important qualifying is. Now, with how important qualifying is, can you recover, say, if you're in a crappy position? We see a lot of cautions. We see possible cautions that don't get called when they should. If something happens to your vehicle, can you recover, say, if a caution doesn't come out?
I mean, if you spin solo with no yellows, like if the race went green from there, your day is almost done. I mean, you can ride. The other guys might drop out, but essentially, you're not coming back from it. Now, a spin, 10, 15 laps goes by, and even if you get lapped, because the rarity that another car, unless they also have a single car spin, would get lapped, you couldn't recover from that because you'll get a lucky dog and get put back around. So it's gotta almost, if you have any sort of little trouble, you need a yellow for sure for recovery.
Absolutely 100% right there with you. Got people in the chat. What is up, Mama Ellingson? Sorry to hear that Jake is working. It's always a pleasure to see him on track, and unfortunately we won't tonight. And there is Marcy in the chat as well. Remember, everybody, I Said it last stream. It got brought over to this stream. I set it up so you have to be a subscriber of the channel to talk in the chat. We're trying to limit all the unwanted solicitation. If you people know what I'm talking about.
Unfortunately, if you've been following along lately, you know.
So here comes the 19 Josh Fox to the line. Let's see what kind of lap he puts up. Mr. Points Leader goes P4.
What was his lap time?
It was a 54.09.
Well, I jumped in the test car here, laid down a 54.124, so I don't know where that would have put me.
54.
But I was
24. I don't know. But a person I do not see at all is
that had me
our
seventh.
driver in second place. I don't see Fair and Elam at all. And I also... Oh, there's Zachary Thornton. Everybody, here we go. Let's bring you our starting lineup for the Roll Tide 50 laps around Talladega Super Speedway. Almost said Motor Speedway. Bradley Stefane will go P1. P2 will go Lee Krause. I actually have the right thing up. Okay, I do. I thought I was going crazy, which honestly could very much be possible. Let's try this again. On the pole is Bradley Stefane, followed by Lee Krause, Brady Floyd, and Josh Fox is row 2. Row number 3 is Mick Olofsson and Donnie Bartlett. Row number 4, it is Matthew Setzer and Austin Green. Row number 5, Tyler Aspinall, Zachary Thornton. Row 6 goes Frank Hughes, Alan Warnicki. Row number 7, Travis Lepanis, Jackson Qualley. Row number 8, Kyle Lingerfeld and Michael Steele. Row number 9, Devin Smith and Dylan Dunford. And row number 10, Brandon Richardson, Daniel Stragner. 21st position, it is David Stanfield and Dwayne Kernahan in that 22nd position. For a super speedway race, not a huge field tonight, TJ. I was expecting, because we've been showing 30 to 40 cars almost on a nightly basis. Not a lot of people here.
Yeah, I mean, typically a plate race will bring out more to, because I mean, it's such a random winner sometimes. You might end up with extra drivers just because. But yeah, small field. I'm showing 23. You've only got 22?
I have 22. John Bartlett is not any of those cars on track right now.
Oh. All right, you were showing 23rd on my thing. I don't have the sophisticated tickers like my cohort. But I've got just what iRacing gives me.
Yeah, he is either not here at the racetrack or did not queue up.
Oh, it looks like he manually disconnected not that long ago.
Well, that's not good for his racing night.
No, it looks like he connected, disconnected, connected, disconnected, connected. Brady Floyd connected, and then he disconnected again. Third time was probably a charm, and he center packet.
Sounds like pulling the plug is, in a lot of use right there. So, since we have a half a lap away from going green, it is your pagan update of the week in her Clementine machine. Yesterday at Slinger Super Speedway for a small kart national. It apparently was a roller coaster ride of emotions. She picked up some serious major speed, which made her an easy top 5 contender. She qualified 6th, was fastest in the heat. She surprised us all by taking the win in the heat, and consistently broke her fast time over and over again. She was definitely motivated, so that's good to hear. I'm waiting to hear the bottom half of that roller coaster. But good for Pagan, and we are getting ready to go green, everybody. Bottom right-hand corner, it is all of the channel sponsors. The Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, Gulf Digital Services. If you need any iRacing paints or any digital media made whatsoever, check them out. Also, Wrestling Over Everything, their Facebook group. If you like wrestling, whether it's WWE, TNA, AEW, I don't know what's with all the three letters, all that stuff, New Japan Pro Wrestling, what have you, check them out on Facebook. TJ, are you ready?
Yes, I am, as I see that pace car get ready to duck away.
And we
That
are
was a
green.
really early green flag, don't you think?
You have to hit live because you are way back.
Am I really?
Well, they're already in turn one.
Well, I don't know, but either way, that pace car pulled off, and the green flag was out almost instantaneously after.
Brady Floyd and Bradley
Which is not
Stefane are the first two cars on the inside, getting a nice run in 1 and 2. 50 laps around this event.
Oh, 3 wide already. This could spell trouble.
Tim Hortons to the outside. That's the 99 of Lee Krause taking the lead on that outside. Gonna cut to the middle. Gonna cut to the inside right in front of Bradley Stefane. Great move there. Oh, well, we've seen Junior. We've seen everybody do it, top to bottom, blocking lanes. But here comes Brady Floyd in the middle with a great push from Josh Fox. Heading down into turn number 1 once again for the second time here tonight. Side by side by side by side for the top 8 positions. TJ, holy cow, already you see a lot of pushing. You see that outside lane being able to hold with 4 cars. Are you kind of surprised by that?
I mean, the bottom lanes broke up, so I can see it happening. But as soon as those bottom guys get formed up, them outside guys are just gonna get blown away.
Now, where would you want to be right now? Early on in this race, a lot of anxiety of wanting to put your car in the best spot, early on. Where do you want to be? Because knowing you, you're going to want to be either front, and I'm talking for you, and then you could see if I'm right or not. You want to be either the car leading everybody, the second car, or the guy in last.
Well, I was gonna say, you see where that 99 car is? I'd either want to be there, or that 94 or 95 car is way at the back.
I've raced with you way too long.
Because you survive at the back, as we see some of the heavy hitters back there just riding it out.
We are 3 wide up front once again.
Goodness, these guys are
inside,
scary.
in the middle, and Krause on that outside. We're only having 2 cars on that outside, and Floyd by himself in the middle, holding a really good battle for that lead position as they are going to cycle out to being side by side 2 wide.
I tell you, it's never a great feeling to be the guy in the middle, but at least got the run in the middle. It's a better feeling.
Well, I was in this event watching practice and the home run derby at the same time because I have 2 eyes, and one eye can look at one screen and one eye can look at the other screen. And you saw a lot of drivers either run that insane inside lane or with a couple drivers run that middle lane, and that's where the runs have been coming from, is that middle lane.
Which seems like such a just awkward, odd thing.
That's
Anything you and I know is normal.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was getting at, because usually you want to stay on that absolute inside. So TJ, take it over as I try to fix our little overlay thingy here.
Well, they were just 3 wide again for the moment as the Tim Hortons machine falls back. He should be able to get in line here. Little 6 car breakaway at the moment. I'm curious if the second group's going to lose the pack, but for now, it appears they might still have them.
Mm-hmm.
The outside lane with the most cars lined up right now has the advantage. Bottom, oh, this is going to be, oh, that was tight. You guys are doing a great job. I'm very impressed right now. Everybody's giving room where they should.
Well, we're
a lot of
5
laps
in. 5 laps in with a long time to go. Looks like we're going to see pit stops right around the 20 to 25, and if you're really laying off the gas, probably around that 27 lap mark.
Yeah,
it all depends on where you are.
That was part of the reason I jumped in the test drive there during qualifying. My car, going full bore alone, was tracking more towards the short end of the spectrum, but being in a line and being able to save a little bit, you might be able to push it long.
Well, unfortunately,
you got to make, in theory, 25 to make it a one-stop race, so that's your goal.
And everything changes if there is a caution.
Oh, yeah. You take that strategy, shine it up real nice, and then obliterate it. The rest of it isn't.
I was going to say, I was like, I know we're sponsored by Wrestling Over Everything, but if you're going to go straight with the Rock here, I'm just going to hit the beep right now.
You can just obliterate it because it ain't going to need the rest.
And everybody, you are watching All-Star 15 TV, the Extreme Forces Racing League for the Roll Tide 50 here at Talladega Super Speedway. TJ Barnier, AJ Capola up in the broadcast booth. If you haven't yet, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to talk to us in the chat. Yes, you have to be a subscriber if you want to talk to us in the chat.
Get rid of those undesirables.
Yes, unfortunately we have to do it that way, but there goes Donnie Bartlett to the inside. No, gets blocked by Brady Floyd. Good move by the 20, but really chops off the nose of that 21.
A lot of guys single file, but as I say, they were single file. Now they're not.
Mama Ellingson, we will get to the rest of that update either when everybody's on pit road, a caution, or at the end of the race, because I will be more than happy to finish updating everybody on Pagan's Slinger Super Speedway Car National roller coaster ride. But that outside lane, unless Brady Floyd gets a driver out there, you might see him sink like a rock in the ocean, just like Josh Fox in the 19 has, as he's still falling backwards. There he is right there on that way outside. It could be all according to plan. But it's got to suck, because you really just got to bite the bullet and be like, all right, I'm out. See you later. He tucks back in line. Jackson Qualley, look at that. All the way up. So far, 4 positions sitting in that 10th slot. Has the 19 of Fox behind him. Here they go towards the front, TJ.
Yeah, he's a little 2-car tandem there kind of deal. As more cars pull out of line in front of them, that'll only help bring them to the front as they'll get more and more draft. I mean, it looks like they've got that front group's draft already, and I think they're going to pull right up here to 4th and 5th on the outside line.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Pulling, that's exactly what draft will do for you. And
lost Fox.
Oh, Fox is still there. Oh, I see what you mean. Never mind.
Yeah, he's like, and now even Jackson's kind of, that was strange.
No kidding.
Like they were there and then they weren't.
John Bartlett.
Now you see me, now you don't.
John Bartlett in the chat, who unfortunately had some internet issues up front. It is Donnie Bartlett, and it looks like the 15 as well of Austin Green up front for Far North Motorsports.
About to see 3 wide at the front again. Car to the left, car to the right, stuck in the middle with you.
I see what you did there. Very clever. Very clever.
Oh, thank you.
I see what you did. That was a nice little tune. But what is up, everybody? On your on Monday night. Thank you for tuning in. Well, I didn't have work today. TJ, you didn't have work today outside of watching the new puppers and the wonderful children you have. Unfortunately, everybody else seemed to have had work today, as I hear thunder outside, and that was kind of scary. Ruh-roh.
Evidently, there wasn't enough thunder in Maryland area, or we would have had a third broadcast partner tonight.
And speaking of our third broadcaster, that is an admin over from Wrestling Over Everything and huge NASCAR fan, the wrestling guru Ryan Fry, who's probably going to listen to this back.
Very certainly.
Probably on his way home. And if we can get through these 50 laps before that red storm gets to me, I won't be scared when the power goes out then.
Don't worry, it'll only hurt for a minute.
Yeah, it's just everybody will hear and then nothing. Everything will go dark.
Ain't that weird? Power goes out and you literally, like, even the refrigerator noise stops. It's just so odd and creepy. Oh, Tim Hortons getting ready to make a run.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Maybe
that
not.
now.
Kinda, sorta, wanting to.
Lee Krause sitting in that 8th position. And just giving everybody a good look at pretty much the running order here. Yeah, Brady Floyd up front, and the first car 1 second back is Matthew Setzer in 11th. That's
Now I'm
absolutely
counting cars trying to
insane.
figure out where the heck 11th is.
It's the 11th car on the racetrack towards the front.
That's the 3 car, right? Yeah.
No, Lee Krause is actually moving up even further. Now Matthew Setzer is the 10th place car, pushing Jackson Qualley back to 11th. But up front, it is all Donnie Bartlett, Austin Green, Far North Motorsports with team owner in chat. The only thing that would probably make this better for John Bartlett would probably be the third car in line pushing both of them.
I do want to note we've got the top 16 have kind of broke away a little bit. Back guys have slipped off just enough.
Just a bit outside.
They're starting to lose them a little. But they could turn up the wick at any time and probably get right back to them the way these guys are going 3 wide at the front.
Oh, absolutely. They are 2 by 2, 3 wide up front for this lead. This is absolutely insane up here.
By 3. If we had another one, it'd be 3 by 3 by 3, and we'd have a box of 9. Oh, that was tight.
Ooh, you saw Tyler Aspinall in that 45 get really tight, entering turn number 3 in that middle lane, leaving Frank Hughes in the 61 out to dry. Looks like the 99 of Lee Krause is looking towards that 61's back bumper, but gonna cut it to that second lane. 15 people watching in the chat. If you enjoy racing, enjoying what you're seeing and hearing, hit that share button. Send it to all the social medias you have. Let's blow up the Extreme Forces Racing League as they are going 3 wide once again for the lead.
Yeah, they ditched the 20 on that one.
Seems like the 20's been ditched a couple times.
But I don't know if they're going to clear him, so he might come right back on him again. I do want to know, certain Ben & Jerry's machine has found its way to the front.
Yep, Ben & Jerry's has entered the ball game, up 5 positions, currently sitting in that 5th position. On the inside, man, we have a hell of a first 16 laps so far out of the 50-lap event. We are really hauling the mail, hauling the ass. And up front, it is still Donnie Bartlett, Austin Green, Far North Motorsports.
I thought maybe they were getting ready to... I don't know what they were doing. They were below the yellow and freaking me out. I was gonna say maybe that Ben and Jerry's car had enough time chilling in the back.
Hold on, I got it. Boom.
Dad joke. Gotta love it.
I am not a father, but I very much enjoyed that.
You're a pup father.
Oh yeah, I got a fur baby. You're right.
You've shelled out the money you've shelled out for a fur baby. You could call you a dad at that point.
Here comes the 89 of Stefan with a heck of a push from Brady Floyd to the point, but on the bottom lane, Donnie Bartlett and Austin Green with a full head of steam as my whole game room just lit up due to lightning.
Yeah, front 16 have definitely really separated now. I mean, by like 5 seconds they've separated. So those back guys are either saving fuel, or I'm not even sure at this point, but they are way off the pace comparatively.
Well, let's go back and see. That starts with Devin Smith in the 95. They, for the most part, are in a straight line. But to be honest with you, the huge field in front of them is in a little bit more of a line as we are on board with Devin Smith, Ollie's outlet machine. See them. You can see the lead pack, further in front of them. But I don't think the 6 cars that they have are enough to catch anybody.
Well, my thought now is that maybe they've gone to a save mode. Maybe they're not going to make 25 laps running in this front pack. And if that's the case, you can sit back, save a little fuel, make it to 25 laps, make it another 25 laps, one-stop race, whereas everybody else has got to stop twice. That could be huge. That's a race-winning strategy.
It very much can be huge, but they're losing 2.5 seconds a lap.
Well, you think about it, AJ, though, they don't have to pit. Zach Thornton out again. If they don't have it pit twice, I mean, that's talking 15, 12-second pit stop plus another 30 seconds or so on pit road. I mean, you could give up 40 seconds and still be 5 seconds ahead in that scenario.
I wouldn't even say it's a 14-second stop. They're just taking fuel. If they take
true.
tires, if
True.
they end up taking tires, and I've seen it happen many times on iRacing where you have to physically uncheck your tires.
Right. Oh, we got a slow car.
As Brady Floyd, huge issue, and gets killed by Jackson Qualley.
What?
What is going on here? Let's go back and see this. There's the caution. Gonna back it up.
And more in it. The back crew's got in it now.
Let's see what happens here. Gonna do a far chase cam. Alright, you have the 20 in the outside lane. So far, so good. He is really slow. Locking it up. Looks like he wants to come to pit road. And just gets killed by Jackson Qualley. What was Brady Floyd thinking there? And we're still watching because, Devin Smith gets into it and just absolutely obliterates his car along with Brady Floyd.
I don't know what was going on. I mean, it's just... I
remember, I think it was last year. I forgot what racetrack it was. But I remember somebody wanting to come to pit road, and on the inside of them, Alex Bowman just zoom right by. But it looks like the 20 needed to hit pit road, and just locks up the tires on the outside and just tries to turn dead left to pit road.
I mean, he missed it, and
he still missed pit. I don't know. That needs to be looked at, and this is broadcasters talking. That needs to be looked at by league admins because that was out. That was crazy, and I don't think should have happened.
They're talking about it now. I got the
Holy cow, because that effectively ends 3 drivers' nights.
Dylan Dunford did a heck of a job to miss it. He had to go through the grass. He was part of that back group.
Devin Smith still on pit road. His whole front right side is destroyed.
I hate to say it, AJ, but we gotta chalk that one up there in the Kevin LePage territory.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, that was just wow.
And here comes everybody down to pit road.
That was just wow. I am in shock.
Back to the Pagan report that we started at the beginning of the event tonight. She started P3 for the feature, but then disaster struck in turn 2 on the very first lap, where she was pushed from behind by another car exiting the turn, which shoved her right into another car, causing her to spin and literally get run over by a car, which I'm glad she's okay. We've seen pictures on the Facebooks. Glad she is okay. But she sustained heavy damage on the vehicle. She brought it back and did the best we could in 30 seconds to make it drivable. She went back out and the car was handling completely poor. She spun 6 laps in and decided to park it. Upon further inspection, the entire front end of the car was bent and completely knocked out of alignment, making it undrivable. Glad she's okay, number 1. Number 2, you guys will fix it and go back and kick some major booty.
They juiced Clementine, AJ. They juiced Clementine.
So let's see if we can actually talk with... It looks like he's on track. See if we could talk with the 95 of Devin Smith. Devin Smith, AJ Capola, and TJ Barnier in the broadcast booth. Hey, we got to talk about that. You tried to do your best with missing that incident, but man, dude, completely destroyed the front end of your car. I see that you're back on the racetrack, but how's it driving?
Well, fast repair, so driving like new.
Oh, well, I think, did you have to tow back to pit road, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are a kick in the butt, but we're talking with...
They need a fast tow. They really need is a fast tow.
Right.
We're talking with Devin Smith. Is there anything you could have done to try to miss Brady Floyd there?
Went high instead of low.
Yeah,
you make it sound so easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, you make it sound so easy, going almost 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, split second. You gotta go one way or the other. Just chose wrong.
Well, it's good to see you got a brand new Ollie's outlet machine. I think that's a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you're all the way in the back, but that might actually be a good thing. Now that we're about halfway through this event, intensity's going to pick up, and you can just pick them up and put them down if you can safely get around.
Yeah.
You're only racing one car for the lucky dog, too. That's that 20, so just stay ahead of him. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, mostly because he's always, like, up near the front, so we'll see what happens.
All right, brother. Well, you're less than a lap away from going green once again. Good luck. Hopefully to talk to you at the end of this. Which room would you like me to send you back to?
DEI.
All right, brother. Here you go, pal. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you, no problem.
All right, that was the driver of the 95 with that heavy damage, and good thing for a fast repair. I forgot they turned him on for the super speedway events, but TJ, can you imagine how devastating that wreck could have been if there was no fast repairs?
I mean, essentially, I think he'd be still 45 minutes of damage probably talking about right now.
Probably more. TJ, his whole right tire was missing.
And I mean, you know, a little bit of point implications there.
I would think so.
Is the number 4 point man?
Yeah, and speaking of points,
right-hand
side of your screen, there it is. Josh Fox sitting in the 16th position. Currently your points leader by 4 over Farron Elam, who is not here. But Zachary Thornton currently the 3rd in points at
5 back.
Yeah. So let's that's going to be interesting because Thornton is currently 20th.
And we have gotten word Thornton is supposed to be missing next week. So, I mean, with Elon missing this week, Thornton missing this week, that Fox could be in a real good position to just straight gain points tonight on them guys.
Yeah, well, we have
Smith 2 laps behind now at the tail of the field.
our next race will be August 8th at Chicagoland, and that restart was great by Bradley Stefane and Lee Krause in the 99 just ducking right behind him. And I keep seeing Tim Hortons. I'm like, I literally just messaged my beautiful wife, honey, please make me a coffee.
Especially before the power goes out, right?
It's I can do it the old-fashioned way. No, I can't. It's pouring outside. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning into All-Star 15 TV, Extreme Forces Racing League for the Roll Tide 50 at Talladega Super Speedway. Channel partners are on the bottom right of your screen. Their links and everything are in the description of this race. Please go check them all out. And I gotta say thank you to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, Gulf Digital Services, and Wrestling Over Everything.
Remember, AJ, it's not wrestling over anything. Wrestling over
everything. All right, now that we're just about halfway, if not a little bit past halfway, there's 50 laps, 2.5 miles on the race course. But holy cow, TJ, what a crazy first half of this event. One huge wreck that looked like didn't need to happen, but ended up happening. And still race leaders, you know, Bradley Stefane, Lee Krause, Matthew Setzer up 5 positions. And Tyler Aspinall and Austin Green, your top 5.
Hey, look, he just got his lap back the hard way.
Where he come from?
That man's got a hot rod. He's just been hiding in the back.
Well, he's got...
I'm sure he doesn't want to see a yellow, but a yellow right now would be really, really good for him.
Well, as what Dega does is we are probably not done with cautions. Here they come.
Now he doesn't
turn
want
number 4.
I'd like to get that surge back, be out ahead of them guys. There was a caution. He would essentially be back on the lead lap at that point.
And not have to start at the very end of
Oh no, he'd still get a lucky dog, but he'd be on the lead lap.
2 by 2 by 2. Our first car without a partner on their outside is the 45 of Tyler Aspinall. But our biggest mover of the event is Dylan Dunford in that number 94, up 11 positions, bouncing from 11 to 12, depending on if he's just slightly faster than Austin Green on the inside.
It was one of the back markers that was just hiding out there. Now that the time to hide is apparently concluded, he's made his way to the front.
Well, there's 23 laps to go. If now's not the right time to make your way forward, when is it?
I mean, it definitely is. I don't know how close they are on fuel either.
Josh Fox.
You gotta monitor that. I would think.
So here's the real funny thing. You got the 95 as your
air quote leading,
and 2 cars behind him is the 20 of Brady Floyd.
And a caution right now that would change the race for the 95. He's technically, I mean, now here comes the 20 back.
How often have we seen this, TJ? 2 lap down vehicles leading the field.
This is what's crazy here too, is if a yellow were to come out right now,
they both would get a lap back.
But one of them would get 2. One of them would get a lucky dog plus having their lap back.
Oh yeah, they're 2 laps down.
Those guys are 2 laps. I mean, they're technically 1 because they're at the front of the field right now. They would really love like a 2-3 car spin, no damage, because they'd be like, thanks, boys. Thank you for helping us out. We're going around. Everybody also would be good on fuel. I'm not saying someone's arm needs to itch. I'm just saying if your arm itches, good time.
All right. Well, you hear that from Clint Boyer himself. Which is funny enough because you call yourself the Clint Boyer.
I do. I said my broadcast style is like Clint Boyer.
Big shove.
You don't like
by,
Clint Boyer, you don't like NASCAR. That's my...
Big shove by Bradley. I didn't like Clint Boyer that day.
No, I mean, it hurt a lot of Jeff Gordon fans' feelings. Let's just say that.
Which, hello, that's what I am.
Hello, AJ.
Hello there.
How mad were you that Gordon ran more Superman cars than Batman cars when they did the Superman versus Batman stuff?
Hey, those were some pretty cool looking cars.
They were, but can you imagine if Gordon had had them, you'd have been in your glory.
Yes, and not Jimmy Johnson. Oh, Stefan and the 75 of Mick Olofsson together. There they go.
They're both out front. Where's the yellow?
They are
No
off
yellow?
the track. They are off the track. Lee Krause is off the track.
Wow.
Let's go back and see that. We're going to go into a far chase view. It looks like Lee Krause and the 75 kind of meet in the middle there. Meet in the middle again. Oh, a lot of damage on the 99.
I hate that they don't throw a yellow. I know they're off the track, but I mean, he's essentially, his race is like beyond over.
Remember, they
Whereas
still
with
do
the
have a fast repair.
Right, but I mean, he's going to lose so much time. Oh, man, they're almost wrecking. Oh, jeez.
Bradley Stefan very strong on that outside. Thought he was going to have the lead, but Brady Floyd to the point. Can he clear Devin Smith? No, he can't. Big push by Matthew Setzer, who is actually our race leader right now.
He is not happy with the 20. It's spotter audio right now is very interesting.
Setzer's not happy with the 20?
No, not at all.
Oh boy.
Let's just say he's saying things we wouldn't be able to repeat on this stream.
Oh Jesus. Oh dear. Setzer giving a heck of a push to the 95. Your 2 leading vehicles are both 2 laps down.
Now, AJ, the strategy with this right now is like something I've not normally used to seeing, but being the leader in second, I mean, isn't that almost kind of like an advantage?
You're saving fuel.
You're saving fuel, but you're shoving a guy. You don't need to pass him.
Well,
You keep your momentum built.
Look at this.
It's so strange. Like, I don't know how to...
They just left the 20 to dry, but no, here comes the 2 of Daniel Stagner.
29 behind him. Gonna leave those 2 guys on the outside all alone.
Yeah, those guys on the outside are both Far North Motorsports.
They tried
little
to
touch in the middle. Little touch in the middle. Wow. Donnie Bartlett still hard into the wall. A lot of damage on that right side. We stay green once again. Very
I know these front guys are hoping one of these guys gets out of yellow.
Very unfortunate for Donnie Bartlett, but teammate Austin Green still in 7th place after all that, but looking to possibly lose that front draft. So this is absolutely crazy. Everybody at home, I hope you're enjoying this, because this is, I think, the first time I've ever seen lapped vehicles leading a race like this.
So it's literally got a race within a race. Like, they're both racing for the lucky dog if there were to be a yellow. Regardless, they're both going to get one lap back, but one of them is going to be back on the lead lap. And the guys behind him are almost using them as, like, shields, essentially. I mean, the 3 right now, think about it. He's got a lap car to his outside and a lap car in front of him. He can't lose. No. He's basically got a shield.
No, you're
unless they go 3 wide.
You're in camera view, helmet view of Devin Smith holding that yellow line as best as he can. You can see that he got bumped right there as he crossed the start-finish line, heading into turn number 1. Very smooth with the wheel, needing to keep it pointed in the right direction.
20 calling for a bump from the 2 over the radio, saying, "Hit me, man, hit me."
Sounds like a Rocky thing with "Cut me, Mick, cut me."
Cut me, Mick, cut me, cut me.
And it looks like they are getting very squirrely up there. Ooh, sets are really loose.
Now, AJ, if you had some friends at the back of this pack, I mean, if you knew, they may not have to. I'm not sure, but if you had to pit and you knew everybody had to, you had some friends at the back of this pack, would you consider ducking in, getting your fuel here with like 3-4 guys and just riding?
Oh, absolutely. If I absolutely had friends in low places, I would 100% hit pit road with those couple guys.
As long as you can do it without losing a lap, I mean, I would think it'd be such an advantage because everybody's still going to have to pit whether they go under yellow or not, but you would essentially cycle to the front.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly, you need to be within this pack to try to not lose a lap.
I mean, you see Thornton way out back, some other guys back there. I'd be talking to each other. Hey, guys,
yeah,
maybe if they got a pit, they might be able to make it. And if they can make it, don't worry about what I'm talking about.
Ben and Jerry's is kind of melting a little bit, all the way in 17th, -7 positions from the start of this event. Your biggest mover is sitting in that second position.
Yeah, he's got it on a deep thaw right now.
The number 2 Chevy Impala with Spotify on the hood, second on the outside.
Battle for the lead is for 4th on track. Or 3rd on track.
I literally feel like a... What am I looking at?
I'm waiting. If they don't have to pit and they do stay like this, how this affects the finish.
Devin Smith looking to... Here they come to pit road. Bradley Stefane on pit road. Tyler Aspinall. Incident on pit road. Wreck on pit road. Both cars going sideways. Are going to rewind that for you. Exactly.
We have had craziness tonight.
Exactly what didn't need to happen. You'll see it in very, very,
This is what I was talking about. If you had some friends, come in when there's nobody else with guys you trust.
Both vehicles lock up tires on entry, but Aspinall wipes out Stefane.
It's too bad. This race is crazy. This has just been crazy.
Uh-oh. That number 2 of Stagner is getting antsy back there.
They don't help on the outside to fully get by these guys. We've got enough car, obviously, to hang with them.
Well, I think Setzer and Stagner are doing what they need to. They're not pushing hard. They're conserving fuel if they need to. Like, I don't see them right on the back bumper of these vehicles.
No, but, I mean, if they do have to pit, which those other guys pitting kind of tells me everybody's going to have to. Otherwise, I mean, they were at the front. What were they doing? But yeah, if they do have to pit, you got to be... Well, now the 20 clears the 95. That essentially almost kills the 2 here, because now he's going to fall...
Well, he has the 29 of Richardson right behind him.
And now they got a 3rd... He does have a 3rd car coming. There's just 6 cars now on the bottom, and only 3 on the outside. And he's holding it. Proving me wrong. I love it.
They were side by side for 15 laps, and we are
Now it looks
under
like they're-
10 to go.
They are catching those other guys too. They're just out in front of them.
There goes Devin
Aspinall
Smith
and
to the outside.
Spain.
This is the battle for, I would say, 21st places. They're wrecking! They're wrecking on the backstretch. Caution on the racetrack. Both involved will not receive any laps back.
Wow.
Ho-
Wow.
Holy cow.
We were wondering when push came to shove what would happen. Well, there you saw it.
Holy cow. We're going to watch it right here. 95-21, both battling for that lucky dog. And the 95 just bad bumps the 20 and sends him around. Any damage on that number 20? Because I don't think he really hit anything.
95 got a piece of him, but I don't know how big of a piece.
Got a bad bump in the back.
Looks like he kept going, so
both vehicles look pretty good, but at least the iRacing rule is you cannot be involved in the incident
at all, right? Like
at all.
yeah. Which, and with the 3 still ahead of him,
Well, here's the thing. If you can possibly make it, do you even think about staying out?
well, I tell you who this helped. Like, unbelievably helped. Tyler Aspinall and Bradley Stefane, even with spinning onto pit road, stayed on the lead lap.
Well, here comes Setzer to pit road. Lee Krause is actually going to get the lucky dog.
That's good for him. He had that unfortunate spin.
The whole field is coming, and staying out is the 95 of Devin Smith. Well,
I gotta think that
he has to stay out.
Play.
He's multiple laps down, so his next time pitting would be on the coming lap now.
Well, I also think too, maybe, I mean, he knows he can't make the finish on fuel, I'm sure. But eventually he could get a wave around here, correct?
He could. If he stays out completely, yes, he can.
And I mean, if he came around a lap with the main pack and then pitted, in theory, wouldn't lose a lap for quite a while. Might, if there's another caution because of craziness, could potentially get himself back on the lead lap and in contention.
Oh, absolutely. Ryan Fry, the admin over on Wrestling Over Everything, has joined the chat. He says, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late to the party. What did I'm not even going to tell you what you missed. Just start the show over from there."
Yeah, I mean, pure chaos, and not in like your typical chaos form.
No, we've had 2 cautions. That's it.
We've had 2 cautions, but we've seen crazy things. Like, I don't.
Now,
I
I've only
just
been a
don't know how to
NASCAR.
describe it.
I've only been a NASCAR fan since 2001. TJ, you probably way before that, and a lot of people watching right now probably way before 2001, where I started.
Born in '88, and year old. There's photos of me holding NASCAR cars, so
I've
that tells
never-
you anything.
I've never seen what we saw with 2 multiple lap down vehicles leading at the front of the pack.
And of all things, they wreck each other.
Exactly.
Like,
Hey, let's just play,
Unbelievable.
Let's just play it safe. So if anything happens, we can get laps back. No, you're gonna be the wreck, and no, the 95 is gonna come down pit road.
that's okay. I mean, I don't. Smart move on his part, but if it was me, maybe he would have tried. If he could go 2-3 more laps, and I'd have came in and pitted that first lap back green, and maybe got a lap back there and prayed for a yellow. But you got to do what you got to do. He might have damage too a little bit. He might need this.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody, bottom right-hand corner is our channel partners. First off is Wrestling Over Everything. If you're into any sort of wrestling, whether WWE, TNA, AEW, New Japan. Go check them out on Facebook. The Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. Live streams every Tuesday of new episodes. Audio versions of those episodes do come out Friday at 7 a.m. And Gulf Digital Services. If you need iRacing paints done, if you need any sort of digital media done, contact Gulf Digital Services. Almost said the old name. Today.
If anybody asks, Ryan Fry, he's the third man. He is the third man. Mean Gene.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need to tell you whose side he's on.
All right, TJ, we're going to go green with 5, and I mean 5 laps to go. What do you think we're going to see? Are we going to see another yellow? Probably. But when does that happen?
Man. Well, this is kind of fun. I get to race with these guys on Thursdays in a super speedway series, so I know they are very competitive on this discipline of racing. That's what you want to call it. There ain't nothing disciplined about it. And I got to imagine the energy meter has gone from excitable to crazy to absolutely nuts, because these guys are going to go for it every bit of the way you can imagine here. I mean, it's 5 to go.
Well,
I don't expect to see a lot of lifting. I hope not to see a lot of wrecking, but I expect to see bumping and banging safely.
yeah, safely, my butt. Well, pace cars hitting pit road, and for those wrestling over everything's ding, 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 the following contest is a 5-lap shootout. Your front row, it is Bradley Stefane and Tyler Aspinall waiting for their green flag, and here it goes. Green flag in the air.
Great restart by that bottom lane.
Very good restart by Stefane. Aspinall gets in right behind him as they head down towards turn number 1.
Remember the two that spun onto pit road. How big has that worked out for him? Yeah. Unbelievably.
No kidding. Blinking out right there is the number 29 of Brandon Richardson, and he's our biggest mover of the race, and he shares that with Daniel Stagner right behind him.
We know that 3 strong. He's been at the front most of the night. The 2's been up there. The 94 was one of the guys hiding in the back, but no longer. He's at the front and pushing.
Setzer going to the outside. Setzer moving to that outside. He's got the 2 of Stagner right behind him.
They were locked up, and then the 2 went to this outside. That's going to kill that run for the 3 there.
Yeah, Setzer is stuck in the middle with that 3. Stefane with a heck of a push by Aspinall, and right behind him it is Brandon Richardson.
Oh man, they're tight. That's close quarters racing if I've ever seen it.
It's a 65 of Kyle Lingerfelt trying to push Setzer along in that second lane. Outside is led by Stagner.
He's shooting the top. Here comes that 99 Tim Hortons machine from the back.
Like a slingshot, Mr. Tim Hortons, Lee Krause himself.
Look at him. It's like Kyle Busch at Daytona, just passing everybody.
To the lead, the 3 car is leading once again at Talladega.
Crowd roars because it's a 3 car and they think it's Earnhardt.
Oh, gee.
Listen, we know they party down here. They're too drunk to remember who's driving it.
3 to go. Oh, I have a funny story for that for another time. 3 to
Surge.
Go. Led by Stefane, Aspinall, and Setzer in the middle. The outside is led by Daniel Stagner in the 2. Links out for just a moment.
6 on the bottom, 3 in the middle, 2 on the top. And here comes more to the bottom now.
Lingerfelt is trying to help Setzer in the middle, but they have no help behind them. Dylan Dunford is the only car right there to try to do anything. Ooh, Lee Krause gets tight. Dual popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 to go.
2 to go. Still anybody's race.
Lee Krause pushing Frank Hughes up the racetrack. He's going to get foxholed down the middle. Oh, boy. Pure chaos. TJ, I thought we were going to see a caution. We still could with just under half a lap before we hit that white flag.
The outside, way out, the far outside lane is all but evaporated.
Well, I said white flag. Here we go through the tri-oval. Everybody seems to be holding on, but white flag means we are on the white flag, wrestling over everything. Next flag ends it. Who will win?
Big surge, big push. The outside got 6 guys lined up. 7 and maybe 8 if they can all, but now they get separated again as the 99 forms a third line. But he's pushing, I think, Hughes. Oh, this is going to be crazy.
99 is in the wall on that outside. Lost
But
all momentum there.
Oh, they bang.
Stefan still your race leader on that inside. Looking for a surge behind that number 3. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Daytona, this white card be your winner, but it's Dega. They've got more to go. That 3 gonna make a big push. Crash!
Big wreck behind him. And Bradley Stefan is going to win at Talladega. Well, I hope he's okay.
Must be right. Oh, the 35 collects him at the end.
We got to go back and see that finish. We know Bradley Stefan wins the event. Coming home second, I think, is actually Matthew Setzer.
I think so.
Yes, and then Tyler Aspinall, but the bigger story is what happened behind them. Oh boy, is there... So we have a car on the apron. That is the 75 of Mick Olofsson. On the apron, he gets hit by Dylan Dunford under there. And we are just going to watch this.
But believe it or not, I don't think that's what triggered it.
Well, he came back up on the racetrack and just... Holy cow, TJ.
It's something to do with the 2-car blinking out, I think, AJ.
Really? We'll watch it again. We're seeing it in slow motion because the 75 is on the apron, coming back up on the racetrack. The 2 is turned. Oh, yeah. The 2 gets turned, and then that chaos ensued. And then he blinks back, and I think everybody but the top 5 and the 19 are involved
until
in
they
that.
Yeah, then they get in their own separate little post-race incident.
Holy cow.
I'm glad it's somebody else's problem to score this. That's all I'm going to say.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
If you go and you look, they are literally spinning about 6, 7, 8 of them across the start-finish line.
So let's talk to our third place finisher, Mr. Tyler Aspinall. Tyler, it's AJ and TJ, J&J Security up in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy, pal?
I have a copy, sir.
Well, take us through those final couple laps. You end up finishing third, but what a heck of a battle tonight.
Oh my God. I don't know what happened there. I'm just glad that Brad got it done. We were coming down pit road there with I think 10 to go. And I locked it up huge time, like big time, coming on a pit road and ended up spinning us both. I ended up missing my pit stall. We both came off a pit road, and right when the leader was 2 seconds behind us, caution came out, and we were the last 2 cars in the lead lap, and we both pit. We were the only ones that pit, so we both rotated to the front. Got a good restart there for Brad, let me in, and I just pushed him to the end. I'm stoked that he won. He was coming into this race saying, you know what, I'm going to win this race tonight. And well, he ended up winning this race tonight.
Yeah, I have one of those friends that whenever we get to a plate track, he says he's the favorite, and he actually, for what you're saying, Bradley actually backed it up and put on one hell of a show here tonight. TJ, do you have anything for Mr. Tyler Aspinall before we let him plug all his beautiful sponsors?
I feel like he needs a T-shirt that says "I survived" to start, and then I mean, by the sounds of it, you're telling me the move of the race was spinning onto pit road? Because that's what it sounds like. I mean, right?
If you want to put it that way, sure. I mean, that sounds a lot cooler than just undercutting, right?
So I'm gonna go with the move of the race was spinning onto pit road. That's what we're keeping that one forever.
All right, Tyler. Well, you know what to do. Hit all those beautiful sponsors.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for letting me put your logos on our car, and new merch coming out soon, 213simware.com. First race with them. Hopefully many more podiums to come with you guys. 4Cloak Media and Far Holler Dirt. Thank you guys. And yeah.
All right, Tyler. Well, you got 2 weeks to think about Chicagoland, the last race before we start the playoffs. You gonna take a little time off? You gonna get right into practicing? What's the agenda look like for you?
I think after tonight, P3, that should put us pretty well in points, but I want to be just secure, so I might do some practicing from here to there, but definitely going to be practicing a lot more closer to Chicagoland.
All right, dude. Well, we'll hopefully talk to you there in Juliet, Illinois for Chicagoland. But until then, you have a good night, and we'll see you August 8th.
All right, we'll see you. Thank you, guys.
All right. Let me go see about Matthew Setzer, but let's talk to our race winner. Mr. Bradley Stefane, as I'm making sure the graphics actually show the right stuff here. Here he is. Bradley Stefane, AJ Capola, TJ Barney are in the booth tonight. Holy cow. Literally wrecking behind you. And as what my co-host said to Tyler, who knew the move of the race was spinning on pit road?
Yeah, I know, right? That was kind of wild. We didn't plan to spin, but we plan on pitting there and just taking a risk, taking a freaking gamble, and we're like, maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't, but the risk was definitely worth the reward tonight.
Yeah, you seem to have the car that can be anywhere and get to the front. Now, are you normally good with super speedways, or was there something about the ARCA car, the setup, or just how tonight happened that wherever you were, you could just easily get to the front?
Well, before even say anything, me and Tyler Aspinall, we were practicing quite a while, and I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm winning this thing tonight. I'm gonna win, and that's the mentality I had coming into it, and it happened. But it was I just can't thank Tyler enough. I mean, he helped me so much in the last part of the race. Lee Krause, he helped us a lot with strategy and whatnot. I just want to thank those two guys. They helped me so much tonight. It was just great. But a lot of it was luck. But yeah, I had a fast car, man. Brady had a rocket ship, but yeah, I don't know. It was my race to win tonight.
All right, dude. Well, TJ, do you have anything for Mr. Race Winner?
I mean, just heck of a job. And told your teammate there, move of the race, spinning onto pit road. Who knew? I mean,
Yeah, I know. Right? That was funny. Yep. I'm glad it paid off.
It couldn't have worked any better for not intentionally doing it. So
We got lucky because that lost us quite a bit of time, and we were on the backstretch, and the leaders were coming up to us, and it's like, uh oh, and then all of a sudden, Kaj came out, and Tyler was like, "Brad, we're 1-2 now." I'm like, "No way."
The best unintentional gift ever.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Excellent night for I Like Esports. Tell you that.
All right, Brad.
Man.
Or Big Bad Brad, what it says on SDK right now. Well, you enjoy your next 2 weeks off. You have Chicagoland coming up. Hopefully that can fare well for you, but how do you think you're going to do with the 2 weeks leading up to Chicagoland?
I'm gonna get a lot of work done. That's all I'm gonna do. Try to get some practice, but no, just live life. I gotta, gotta work, 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 work.
All right, dude. Well, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks, August 8th at Chicagoland. You have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you there, pal.
Yep. Thank you so much, guys, for the excellent broadcast. Doing a great job. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, TJ. It is all you, pal. Second place, the driver of the number 3 Chevy Impala, Mr. Matthew Setzer.
We got some very interesting questions for you because you have been in a situation I don't think I've ever seen anybody have to deal with. How does it feel to be running third on track and being the leader at the midpoint of the race?
It was weird, definitely.
I mean, AJ and I were talking about it in the broadcast. I don't think we've ever seen 2 multiple lap down cars lead a field for as long as they did.
All my plan was to push my buddy Devin to the free pass to hopefully get a caution. Unfortunately, him and the 20 got into it, and that tangled them up to lose it. But eh, that was the plan because I saw him. He's like, "Hey, I got nothing to lose. I'm going to the front." I'm like, "Well, I'll push you up there." So pushed him all the way up there and kept it in the lead and all that with him.
It was just one of the strangest things we've ever seen, but cool. I mean, it was cool because they say anything can happen. That was anything.
Yep.
But I mean, good run. Your car was at the front for a long time tonight. A position short. We were thinking you were going to get a big run, and then everybody started wrecking behind you.
If like what Kyle was telling me, if we had one more person behind us to help us push, we would have had that. The outside lane was where you needed to be. And also, I screwed up a little bit. I should have hold it against the guys on the bottom closer, and we probably would have had a better shot at getting them. But shoulda, woulda, could have. You never know what could have happened.
Well, the call out of turn 4 was if this was Daytona, it's the 89's race, but run that's coming. Here comes the 3. And everybody just started wrecking and you lost your help. But we thought you were going to get it. But good second place for you. That's a heck of a run.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy with it.
The fans in Talladega love seeing a 3 car in the front. So
hey, it's Dale Earnhardt's paint scheme too.
That was wicked. Good run tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Matt. We'll see.
Anybody want to plug?
I'd like to thank my sponsors, Sidetrack Hobby South, also Bristol RC Speedway, and then everyone else that helps me out with my day. And also, I got to thank my wingman, Kyle, because Kyle's been one of my best buddies, and me and him, whatever it is at plate tracks, it's normally me or him that are pushing, and we're always there at the end with everything.
All right, Mr. Matthew Setzer, absolute phenomenal run tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Chicagoland.
Yep, will do. Looking forward.
All right, TJ. Break her down. How was it for you tonight?
That was awesome. I mean, these guys continually deliver and in ways I could never have imagined. Just no way at the beginning of tonight did I think for the amount of laps that we saw it, there would be 2 multiple lap down cars leading a race. It's just unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable. I cannot wait for Chicagoland, the last race before the playoffs start. And that's where I think it's going to get very intense. It's literally the rumble before the storm is what we're calling the playoffs this year. And every week, week in, week out, TJ, since you've been here, it has been absolutely phenomenal racing. So I'm calling you my good luck charm, not paying you extra for it, but
say we might need to rework a contract here if I'm that much of a good luck charm.
That'd be a negatory Ghost Rider. But thank you to everybody coming and watching the Extreme Forces Racing League, their ARCA division for the Roll Tide 50 here at Talladega Super Speedway. Gotta thank our channel partners, the Nerds Doing Nerd Things, Gulf Digital Services, and Wrestling Over Everything. You could find all 3 on Facebook. You can find the Nerds Doing Nerd Things on YouTube tomorrow night for their Jurassic World Dominion show, their live stream. If you're into audio episodes, that comes out Friday at 7 a.m. But until then, until next time, everybody, y'all have a wonderful night. Excellent finish tonight by Bradley Stefane, followed by Matthew Setzer, then Tyler Aspinall in third. Chicagoland in 2 weeks. See you all there.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.